Yo, 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 let's get it cracking. 4K fam, what is good? Let's go ahead and get this show on the road. I don't want it to have any dead spots for the people that, come back and watch the replay and we just sitting here for a few seconds trying to figure out, what to talk about, waiting on people to come in and all that good stuff. So, it is what it is. Everybody going to, hopefully some people start falling in pretty soon. We almost 30 seconds in. We'll see what we get. It is about 1:45 Wednesday. Y'all know what Wednesday's all about, man. It's all about that AEW and that NXT. I can't wait for tonight to see what jumps off, especially as far as NXT, man. I think they might. I ain't gonna say they're gonna win the week for the ratings, but I'm feeling real good about it. Feeling real good after Friday, Monday night with them showing up on the main shows. Even though we got the same main events off of each show, just Adam Cole with two different people, but we'll see what comes out of all of it. It was both good main events. Right now, I'm sitting back watching NWA Power on YouTube. If y'all ain't watched that yet, definitely check it out, man. It brings back that nostalgia for those that was born in the 80s or before that got to witness NWA before WCW came along. It's a really good show. Definitely check it out. Still nobody up in here though. I hate to just keep talking and just release this as a, just a video later. Can't believe Stanley James ain't up in here. He usually the first one to fall in real quick. But like I said, it is an odd time for me to go up. But like I told y'all before, man, I'm already thinking about, going up different times depending on what I'm doing. It was a struggle today. I wanted to go up before this, but I got real tired, was laying down. Watched Hobbs and Shaw earlier. And then I started to fall asleep on it. I was getting real tired, so I waited, set up. Then I was like, all right, let me try to take a quick little power nap. Then I go live, see what y'all boys up to. Because I know I ain't really been releasing anything lately, but of course I got that vlog coming for Hobbs and Shaw, that pickup. So any of y'all can let me know in the comment section what y'all picked up this week or, what you're planning on doing. I know I see a lot of people on Instagram saying, nah, I'm not picking nothing up. Ain't got no plans till Black Friday. Y'all know that's fast approaching. It's already 6. So we 22 days away or something like that. 22, 23 days away. Losers Club. December 10th, that's coming out on 4K. So, if y'all want to go ahead and pre-order, now's a good time with that Target buy two get one. You can go ahead and pre-order that along with anything else you want to pre-order to get one free. If you want to go ahead and spend that money, you know what I'm saying? It ain't coming cheap. I thought about doing it. I forgot what else I was going to pre-order, but I wanted to get Hobbs and Shaw for free pretty much this week. And you just go ahead and pre-order it too. And I can't remember. I think it was Rambo I was thinking about getting. Rambo or Terminator. It was one of those two, but I feel like those two might hit a nice little price drop pretty quick after it comes out. So we'll definitely see about that. But yeah, this NWA Power, man, it's pretty good. Some I think like the second or the third week, I really didn't care for it. It felt more like I was watching a soap opera. And I know they're going for that episodic weekly show and that it's pre-recorded. But I think second or third week, it was a little boring to me. But I can still watch it every week, man. And that picture quality on it is really, really good. I like this little small setting, no entrance music and all that good stuff. We got one watching now, so you guys make sure you hit that like button as always. We got to get this out there. The more likes we get goes into the recommendation feed, so when I pop up live video, everybody else pop in, we can get that chat rolling. So please make sure you hit that like button as soon as you fall in, whether or not you're going to stay and watch the whole show or whatever, whether you're just going to, not comment in the comment section. Let's just get it out there, man. Things only get better over with time. The more I do this, the more I can invest into, another PC or whatever, so I can really do this with StreamYard, Streamlabs, OBS, whatever. But man, I'm also ready to see what they're gonna do with on WWE because we ain't seen the Fiend come out with the belt yet. We ain't seen no Firefly Funhouse, I don't believe. We haven't seen the Fiend. I know the whole thing happened with leaving Saudi Arabia. He was part of it, Bray Wyatt. But we ain't got to see like, what the next step is gonna be. So hopefully it's a good storyline. I still think it was just way too soon for him to get that belt. But they gave it to him anyway. They only pretty much did it to make up for that disaster that was the Hell in the Cell. So we'll definitely see what they do with that because I can't even think of who they could put out there for him to go ahead and have another match with. Survivor Series is shaping up really well, so I know we're not gonna see that because you got Adam Cole, uh, you got the three-way for all the belts at the same time on Survivor Series, so I don't expect to see the Fiend on there. So really eager to see what they're gonna do with him because I don't think they're gonna keep that belt on for way too long. I think it was just hold over the crowd, you know, appease the fans. So nothing wrong with that, but they stuck their foot in their mouth the whole time with that. He should have never been put in that situation from the start. But it's gonna be good to see. AEW, I don't know what the lineup is tonight, but this is the show that was right up in Charlotte, which is 2 hours away from me. I really, really wanted to go, but when I go to shows like that, only way I want to go is if I'm sitting. Okay, you got your floor seats, and then you got your first few rows that start going up. I love sitting in like the part that starts going up until it goes too far back. Those tickets, man, for me and my daughter to try to go, I believe the tickets was like maybe about 150 a piece. And plus gas and everything else, I was like, nah, I'm good. Plus it's a Wednesday. If it was me and like a homeboy or something, cool, because I'm off tomorrow too. But to try to go get my daughter back because she got school and basketball and stuff, that just won't work. But we do got a SmackDown, Friday night SmackDown that's coming in my hometown, Fayetteville, which is only like 45 minutes away. That's coming December the 5th or something like that on Friday, but I don't think we're going to check that out either. Hopefully they'll roll around here to Raleigh pretty soon after that. Plus, the WWE shows, man, it's a chore to get through. Because even in Monday Night Raw this past week, I was just sitting there like, man, it was like that whole first hour, what they usually been doing lately, it's just a whole bunch of talk for a while. You get talk, you get a long match. It's promo heavy with WWE. Bunch of backstage, bunch of in the ring. Like it was too much. I mean, the Brock Lesnar thing was cool, but are they gonna let Rey Mysterio beat him? No, they're not. So I mean, we've seen it. Now we got to sit through it again, and it's not gonna happen. That whole Lana and Bobby Lashley thing, like it doesn't. I'm not into it at all. It's like been there, seen that before, and it's just not that interesting. Maybe if it wasn't Rusev, I'm not a big Rusev fan, not really a Bobby Lashley fan, so but it's just like, okay, we've seen this before. Here we go. And I know y'all are gonna say, I mean, every angle has been done before. The whole NXT thing with this invasion has been done before, but it's about execution. How do you execute it? It's not about just seeing it over and over, but you got to have good execution, great characters. And NXT has that. And it seemed like it was really weird because the crowd, when NXT first showed up on Friday Night SmackDown, yeah, they were into it, but you could look at the faces and a lot of people didn't really know who those NXT characters were because they were just looking like, I don't really know what's going on. But you hear a lot of NXT chants and all that pop for Adam Cole. See, that was kind of unexpected. But I don't know what's happening to my guy. I ain't seen my guy Velveteen Dream in a minute. They gotta get Velvet's for him. What's going on with my connection? But yeah, you can see Velveteen Dream. That's the only thing I didn't like about NXT from week to week when it was pre-recorded. You'd see like, okay, you might see Shayna Baszler this week, but then you won't see her again for like 4 weeks. So I'm loving the TV thing. NXT and AEW at the same time, you flipping back and forth. Man, it's a hard watch because that crowd. It looks so good on NXT. Thanks for hitting that like button. We got, looks like 3 people in the room. Appreciate y'all hitting that like button, man. Make sure you hit that comment section, man. I'm down for any talk. Anything y'all want to talk about, comment on. It's open. As long as it ain't got nothing to do with politics or religion. We don't do that. You know, everybody believe in something. As long as you ain't hurting nobody, I ain't got no problem with what your religion is. Politics, you know, that's just something else. Caesar says thoughts on the Universal title on SmackDown now and the WWE title back on Raw. It's really weird because the whole draft thing just happened. What's been 3 weeks, 4 weeks now, a month? I believe it's 3 weeks though, so it was a bit too soon. But I think I want to say I could be wrong on this, but that whole Saudi Arabia thing, it messed them up with not being able to come back. I think they drew their hand too quick with the NXT thing. I think that was supposed to happen on Raw first, and then they was going to invade SmackDown. So it kind of shook things up, and they didn't know which direction to go on. So they went ahead and let Brock Lesnar say, you know what, I'm going where I want to go, because I'm trying to figure out what's the whole point. Because Rey Mysterio, he's a name, he's a legend, but he's not that caliber. That's not what Brock needs. Brock needs a bigger character. He needs a Braun Strowman, really. Somebody big, powerful, somebody that the fans think stand a chance to get. Who really thinks Rey Mysterio is about to beat Brock Lesnar? What are you gonna do, the surprise roll up? Nah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know the reasoning behind it, but I'm gonna tell you what was cool. Shayna Baszler in NXT showing up. I love when Shayna Baszler showed up in the ring. That was dope. I'm not a big fan of her. There are other people I wish would have beat her. I wish EST would have beat her, Io Shirai, somebody, you know, but I get it. She's not really set up for the two bigger brands, SmackDown. I could see her more on SmackDown than Raw, but she is hitting, I think she's like 38, 39 years old. So kind of she's stuck on NXT. I don't foresee her moving over. Maybe they'll move her over if she has a really good perception from fans once Survivor Series is over, because that's going to be a really, really good match. I'm looking forward to that match with the three-way dance with the women champions. That's going to be dope. I think their plan is to put the belt on Rhea Ripley and take it from Shayna Baszler. So maybe we will see her. You know, maybe she'll stay with NXT, but you know, that's going to mess it up because I can't see Shafir or Jessamine Duke going over to the major. They definitely ain't. They barely ever wrestle. So I don't even know like what their purpose is. It's like you only see them wrestle like once every month or two. But that was a good question, Caesar. I know most of y'all really like that WWE talk. Seems like every time we get on, that's all we really talk about, which is cool with me because, you know, I'm watching it now. But it's really weird with this NWA seeing it because they do. Before it first aired, I was listening to Bust It Open, and a caller called in and said he was at this taping. He said they did like, I think 5-6 hours worth of taping, which is what, about 5-6 weeks worth of shows. Man, that's a rough sit. Sitting for that 3 hours at a live show is kind of rough sometimes, from what I experienced. So I can only imagine in this small little arena. I don't know like what kind of breaks they gave them and stuff like that, but that's tough as a fan to sit there and watch this over and over and see the same people coming out for different matches. And I wonder how much the tickets are for this. That's a lot. I'm quite sure the wrestlers probably get tired. You got to think, you got to wrestle, go back, change, get your script ready for your next promo or whatever, wrestle again. So it's pretty taxing. I like to know how much they make. Black Friday, we just released Target sales. You know what, Andrew? I looked the other day and I looked for the Target sales. I thought I was looking at the new week. And I'm just looking, I'm like, hold up, this look like the old one. I'm about to pull it up. So I'm looking at it. Then the next thing I realized, I was like, yeah, this was last year's. Anything? Did you see anything good? Because the only thing I was really looking for, of course, was those 4K to see what was on sale. Because I'm like $8, and I'm looking at titles. Like I was like, hold up, this ain't right. I mean, I got a list of things that I can't wait to see. Well, that I want to pick up if the price is right. But I just got that strange feeling that everything that's going to be on sale, just my luck, I already have it. That's the bad part of trying to buy a movie every week. But I don't try to buy every movie every week because I didn't pick up Universal Soldier this week, which I think was you had to order it offline to get it. I ain't see it in stores, at least not at Best Buy. It might be at Walmart or Target, but I really want that, but I ain't pick it up. No, I don't want to see the toy book. I want to see Black Friday. What site did you see it on, Andrew? Because I'm trying to pull it up, but was it on? I probably could pull it up on blu-ray.com. Okay, looks like USA Today has it, probably. Yeah, they should start rolling in. Last year it came out. Everybody's was rolling in a few days before this. It was like the first day of the year. They had good prices on Blu-ray titles for 9, 4, and 6, and the 4K prices are okay. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured, man. A lot of people in comment sections and stuff on Blu-ray, on in those forums and stuff, they think that a lot of Blu-rays are gonna be like $5 to $8 or whatever. I don't foresee that happening. I think maybe a few, but it's gonna be titles you don't really care about, like a lot of those Fox titles that's been like the 2 for 20s and stuff like that. I'll take the best sales would be at Best Buy Black Friday. Yeah, far as overall, plus, either way, Amazon's gonna try to match everybody. Walmart's gonna try their hardest to be the lowest, but it's pretty much gonna come down to having the same merchandise at every place. So it's all about where do you want to go to get it. Me, my movies is usually Amazon, few from Best Buy. Walmart, I don't really mess with too much unless I'm going to the store. But it's gonna be really rough. I mean, I gotta be up for work. I gotta be at work at 5 o'clock Black Friday morning. So I'll be up. Plus, a lot of stores now start doing their online pricing at around 10 o'clock Thanksgiving night. So it's all good. Yeah, I think I got it pulled up. I just ain't looking at it yet. I'm on all these doggone pop-ups. Looking at you, I'll look at it later. Because you already just said it nothing too great. The only Blu-ray, like I said, if y'all been watching the videos, the only Blu-ray I know I want right now that hopefully has a good price drop for Black Friday is Crawl. I don't know why I'm so interested in that movie, but my cousin says yes, it was really good. But I was interested the first time I saw the trailer, even though it looks like any other kind of like natural disaster, I'm stuck somewhere type of movie that belongs on sci-fi or something. But I really want to see it. But like I said, man, this morning sat down, finally watched Hobbs and Shaw. The first 30 to 45 minutes, I was a bit underwhelmed. It was a little too comedic, and it felt like I was watching a Jason Statham movie with The Rock added into it. But after a while, it started getting really good. I just wish Idris Elba's character felt a little bit more menacing, and that they felt like, oh my gosh, how do we get away from this guy? How do we beat him and things like that? So it got pretty good again, but then it started to get a little bit wonky again. Kevin Hart popping up, it was funny at first, but then, okay, it was like that comedic aspect again. I was just kind of like, So I don't know. To me, the movie I'd give it out of 10, maybe about a 7. And it's funny because last night I was coming from picking my daughter up for basketball, and this car just zoomed by me. So I'm looking, I see the tail lights, and I'm like, dang, what kind of car is that? I'm thinking like maybe one of the Audis or something like that. And it was actually that McLaren that was in there. He just had it was like that two-tone yellow orange color, and I could tell by the lights. So that was pretty dope. Man, if I had the money for something like that, like a McLaren, a Lambo or something, I'd get one, only because it's not expected in my life to ever have something like that. So if I won the lottery or something, yeah, I would splurge on something like that because, growing up, you never expect to get something like that. So why not? Because you can't take that money with you. Andrew says that Walmart has always been crappy every year than the Honda Accord prices on this stuff. Hey, them Honda Accords last forever though, and them prices, the resale value stays up because of that. And Amazon always has good Black Friday. Shut down Wade's price, much like you said. So I miss her and order from Amazon. Yeah, Amazon's usually the place. Mr. Never Pay Retail, what's going on? I'm gonna get to you in just a second, Mr. Never Pay Retail. Yeah, it was. I got the Target app. You load the Target app, it will automatically show you the Black Friday sales. I hope the Disney titles are lowered now for Black Friday. Well, we already know Disney. They don't drop them prices. Everything usually stays around hovering at 24. I think the lowest, well, I'd say Toy Story. I think the lowest I've seen is $19.99, but I like it for less than that because I actually like Toy Story for myself, but Disney prices always stay up. Oh, Monopoly. They like monopolizing everything. I don't know how they get away with it. Mr. Never Pay Retail. I believe that was you. The first day I was trying to play Modern Warfare. Warfare. I got ice in my mouth. Somebody wanted me to play. I think it was you. Only reason I didn't go ahead and play with whoever it was, if it was you, I apologize. But I like to try to get to know the game for a little bit first, and that was my first few hours playing. Yeah, I believe that was you. But I like to try. I wanted to try to get used to it because I haven't played, like I told y'all. I ain't like the last few years of Call of Duty, so I wanted to get a little playtime in so I can get used to it. Then I'll run with people because I've been out of it. I don't want to start playing with people and then I suck, and then y'all like, you're not on my team because you're trash. So that's the reason I didn't take that invite to a game. Maybe it wasn't that serious, you know what I'm saying? So I apologize, but I've been playing like crazy. I think I'm ranked like number 18 right now, so I ain't gonna stay like crazy, but I've been playing and teaming up with my cousin, my sister boyfriend, stuff like that, having a good time on it. Probably will jump on after this. I got to cook dinner real quick and then I'll jump on it. Plan on playing for a little while, but I actually like it. I know a lot of the YouTubers and stuff are complaining about it. Maybe it's just the PC or the PlayStation people, but they're saying it's a lot of camping. Just a lot of issues I'm not noticing on the Xbox. Yeah, I sure will, Mr. Never Pay Retail. I'll send you an invite. But yeah, I'm not noticing all the stuff that they're talking about. I'm starting to like the maps a little bit more now that I'm running them. You know what I'm saying? And learning a little bit more of the layout. But I get what they're saying. They're so used to those 3-lane maps with no verticality and stuff like that. So now that there's entry points from everywhere, there's even elevation. You can get on top of roofs. There's bridges and stuff like that. They ain't used to it. So thing is, they not playing as good as they used to. So they got to complain because you ain't the Call of Duty god that you used to be on that Modern Warfare because it ain't them 3-lane maps no more. But I can say that the aim down sight still takes a minute. Footsteps are still crazy. There's a lot going on the map. And that shotgun, I think it's a 7.25. That thing was destroying us last night. But I try not to play crossplay because I'm not playing against PC people because you're going to stand no chance. I've been on Netflix these past days. I just finished watching 2 seasons of Mindhunter. It was a good show. I forgot about that show. Maybe that's something else I need to check out. What else? Dark Phoenix. I finally watched that. I picked it up. If you guys saw my last video, I'm gonna say it was not as bad as people said it was. Was not that great, but it was. I like it better than Apocalypse. I can say that. Now, for me, I think they could have. That's a storyline that should span on for maybe 2 movies, maybe 3. I mean, if you grew up in the 90s, you got to witness X-Men Adventures and that Phoenix Saga that lasted, I believe it lasted almost 2 months. I have to go back and Google it, but it lasted a very long time with that storyline. They did a real good job of, bringing it all together and explaining how she became Phoenix and all that good stuff. This movie, it felt a little too fast-paced. And once again, Quicksilver and Magneto steals the show as usual. So I don't know, but it wasn't horrible. The people was acting like it was like a 3 out of 10 type movie. It wasn't that bad. I'd say maybe a 7.5. It was decent, not the best. I can't wait to see. Hopefully, they get a reboot and some good things happen with the X-Men. When is Best Buy releasing their Black Friday ad? Now that Target got the ball rolling, I guarantee you. Well, I'd say by today is Wednesday. I'm gonna say probably Monday, Tuesday we'll either see Walmart or Best Buy. I want to say I have to go back and look, but I think Walmart usually releases theirs second. I believe Amazon is usually last releasing theirs. Either Best Buy or Amazon usually releases last. I know next it'll be like you'll start seeing Staples, Kohl's. Kohl's usually has some good deals on clothes and consoles, but the quantity don't be very high. Did you get an email from Best Buy, the mystery gift card certificate? I went to the store to redeem it and got $5. Man, they always do that. And then either you get, it's just $5 you always get, which is cool. Any gift card for free is good, but it's usually always $5. I don't know nobody that's ever got more than 5. But thanks for saying that, because I don't check my email like that. I only check like my that goes to like my YouTube email, stuff like that. My more business email is what I check the most. So I'm glad you pointed that out. But I'm sure I'd have seen it on blu-ray.com forum saying, hey, the mystery gift card is out there. Check and see if you won $500, $100. Everybody gets the same little 4-digit code or whatever and deciphers what the amount of gift card is. I know, man. I really wanted Crawl to come on 4K. Only thing is, knowing me, as much as I want to see it, I'd have probably bought it and watched it once and been like, am I going to watch this again? Did I really like it that much? So it's probably a good thing that it didn't. Has anybody ever on here ever sold their movies to secondspin.com? I think they're with FYE. Is that the only way you can sell to FYE? You can't take your movies in there and try to sell them to you, but I think they only give you credit anyway. And I don't really want no credit. Because they prices be high on everything. Unless I get like maybe some Dragon Ball Z statues or something like that, some collectibles out of there. I ain't trying to buy no movie because the price is always high. Yeah, Mr. Never Pay, that's what I'm doing right now. I was gonna use my Shopkick points to get Hobbs and Shaw, but then I was like, let me try to stack up on those points for Black Friday so I can at least try to get maybe 2 to 3 movies for free. That's my plan. So I'm gonna be spending like a lot of my lunch breaks and stuff going to scan at Best Buy, Walmart. Like I said, all that stuff is right there in my job in the parking lot, so I can get scans from Best Buy, Walmart, Bed Bath and Beyond. I can get a walk-in on that. My job usually has like a bunch of points on the weekend. Like they'll do like 100 or 200 point walk-in. So I ain't trying to spend no money to get the points unless I see something that I need to go buy. Then I get the points. But I've been killing it lately because Walmart's been having a lot of good stuff. If you buy this, you get like 400 or 500 points, and it's been like little stuff too. That's only like $2. So you spend $2, you get 400 points. So that's the equivalent of getting 200 points for free. Hobbs was a bad movie. Yeah, I didn't like it too much. I'm a little upset. I mean, it was cool. The picture quality was great. I love the picture quality, but the movie as a whole, I am kind of like, this wasn't the best blind buy. I thought the movie was gonna be really good because a lot of people was like, my homeboy was like, yeah, it was good. I liked it, and I like Idris Elba character. It was just. It felt like any other Jason Statham movie. It didn't feel like a Fast and Furious style movie, even though I know it's a spinoff. It felt like I was watching anything like Crank, Mechanic Resurrection with Idris Elba and The Rock added into it. And I'm not a big fan of Jason Statham's movies, but I'll watch them. But I like that little Easter egg they threw in there when they went in his garage in, I think, Europe or something like that, and he had the car from the Italian Job. That was dope. I like that. I watched Terminator yesterday. I'm hearing that, and I really, really want to go see it. Because I was shocked when reviews started coming in saying it was, well, it ain't hard to beat to say that it's the best one since T2. But I really didn't think it was going to get as good as reviews as it's starting to get. I'm intrigued by this other movie too. It's about with the little boy with like this little demon that he's, I don't know what he's doing with it, raising it, feeding it, or something like that, called Antlers. I want to watch Mother's Brooklyn. I haven't seen that. I have to pull that one up. I know a lot of people going to see that the Harriet Tubman movie. I don't like watching stuff like that. Anything that deals with like racism, any horror film that's like has a cult type following, I don't like movies like that. Either the racism type stuff is either gonna make you mad, give you that feeling of just hating people right after watching it, or that cult followings type stuff. It makes me feel like they're just trying to get me to follow a cult. That's why I ain't seen that movie. I heard it's really good, Midsommar. Like I want to see it, but I don't know the flow of the movie. Is it that type of movie? History movies tend to be kind of bad. Yeah, you're right. Stanley, there he is, Stanley James. I talked to you at the beginning, man. It won't nobody in here, and I was like, I can't believe Stanley James ain't in here. He always first. Yeah, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Appreciate it, Stanley James. Y'all know that like button helps get the video out. That way we can get more people in the chat. Once we get that chat really going, things are really good. We got a lot to talk about, and everybody just starts getting to know each other, things like that. So definitely hit that like button. Shoot, even repost on Instagram. Most of y'all follow me on Instagram. Repost my thumbnails. The Lakers are on fire. Yeah, I got it. Look, bro, I'm a Lakers fan. Been a Lakers fan for a long time, since like mid-90s. Have not really cared about the Lakers since Kobe left. Kobe was my favorite player ever. Growing up, I was never big on MJ. I kind of like Scottie Pippen a little bit more. I was a big Shawn Kemp fan back in the 90s. So never MJ. Kobe's the GOAT to me. So I'm not big on LeBron on the court. Off the court, I love LeBron, man. The dude does so much. Now he's I think either transportation or feeding people. I don't know. Dude is always doing something big. So kudos to him for off the court stuff. He loves helping out. On the court, LeBron, I don't like him. So last night, anyway, they was playing the Bulls. I saw the score while I'm watching college basketball, and I'm like, yeah, they about to get beat by the Bulls. Next thing I know, later on that night, I look online. Lakers then came back from 20 down, and something told me, I knew it, because it was like halftime, they was down by like 13 to 15 points. I was like, yeah. But then I was like, I got that feeling this is going to be one of them games. They're going to come back, and everybody like, oh my gosh, the Lakers are about to win it all. It's a wrap. Like, whoever they play is going to be 4-0 in the finals, which it probably is, looking at the state of the NBA right now with so many players injured or just not playing. Kyle Kuzma, yeah, he's a really good player. I think this was his first game back too, I believe. But yeah, like now, I really like KD, so I'm eager for him to come back. So I will watch Brooklyn play, because Kyrie's handles are crazy. I'm not a big Kyrie fan, but I know how good the kid is. But I love Kevin Durant. I love Steph Curry too. Movie Music Chris, what's going on, man? Welcome to the 4K Corner. Welcome to the podcast. Make sure you hit that like button. But yeah, I know Kyrie's really, really good. So ready to watch Brooklyn. I haven't seen the Houston Rockets game to see how well they're playing. Who else is out there that can stand a chance? Denver's always a good team. The Spurs are looking worse. So yeah, the Clippers. Clippers, can't forget about them. They should be getting what's his name? Paul George back real soon. So we're gonna see how that goes. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I'm just not that interested right now before the All-Star break. Once the All-Star break is over and people are healed up, people are coming back to their respectable teams, and everything should be starting to gel together, and we get a better sense of what's gonna happen as far as playoffs and stuff like that. That's when I'll get more entertained, especially after college basketball, because I love college basketball. Last night was I was hoping Duke would have lost as usual. Duke last 2 minutes gets up by like 3-4 points, and the team against them, doesn't know what to do, turnover, missed shots, typical Duke game when you think they're about to lose. That's what happened last night with them. And then game number 2 with Kentucky and Michigan State. Michigan State games are always boring to me. I hate Kentucky. That game was super boring. I fell asleep on it. I just watched your Mail Day video with Dark Phoenix and Godzilla. Great pickups. Appreciate it. I still haven't watched Godzilla yet, so I'll probably watch that one tomorrow morning because the rest of my day is already filled. It's about time for kids to come home. I gotta hurry up and cook them something to eat. Then I'll jump on Call of Duty. And then it's Wednesday. Wednesdays are for wrestling, just like the title says. So 8 o'clock, I will be tuned in on AEW. This episode of NWA Power, I think this is probably about to go off because I'm seeing a lot going on. The Rock and Roll Express is out there. The Dawsons are out there, I think. It's just mayhem right now. Yo, that's crazy, that bump that the Rock and Roll Express took on AEW last week. We're going through the stage and stuff like that. That was pretty cool to see those guys out there. But yeah, this NWA Power, it's pretty cool. I want to see what their pay-per-view is gonna look like. Stanley James, yeah, we talked about that a little bit. Stanley says, how you like the NXT invasion? It's pretty cool. It came faster than what I think they expected. I don't think they expected it to happen on SmackDown. It was originally supposed to start off on Raw. So we were supposed to get that Seth Rollins versus Adam Cole, and I'm hearing that he is now injured. So I don't know like the state of the injury or anything. Yes, I did hear that Back to the Future is coming on 4K. I believe all the movies. And the Beverly Hills Cops are getting a Blu-ray 4K restoration. But yeah, I think it happened a little too soon. It's cool, but I don't like the wrestlers that the WWE is bringing out. So they're invading. Everybody comes out, start beating up somebody. The WWE wrestlers that come down, they got to throw like kind of the jobber B-rated wrestlers to come down the stage and go against NXT. NXT is bringing their highest caliber people. They're not bringing, who can I think of on NXT? I can't think of any names, but there are some lower tier people on NXT, but they're bringing their highest caliber. They're Shayna Baszler, Adam Cole, Damian Priest, Leo Rush. They're bringing their bigger name people, but WWE is bringing out Zack Ryder, R-Truth. Like, no, bring out some people that, you know, everybody's going to pop for. They're like, oh, man, I can't wait for this. Okay, so he's got a fractured wrist. Finn is at NXT. He's going against Johnny Gargano. I love that character, that heel turn for him. That was pretty dope. Ip Man 4 comes out in Christmas. Yeah, Ip Man is always very good. But yeah, Finn Balor, I love his heel turn. Can't wait to see tonight what goes on with that. I'm ready to see him wrestle, though. They can lose me with all these promos. I'm not into Johnny Gargano that much. Never have been. He's a cool wrestler, but he's one of those guys that, you know, he's kind of like Finn Balor, just kind of stuck. Well, at least they put the Universal title on Finn Balor once, but then he got injured. But he's never got plateaued back to that state again. And I think that's how Johnny wrestling would be. So it was kind of a good thing that Tommaso Ciampa got injured and that they brought him back to NXT, because I think he'd have got lost on one of the major shows and they'd have probably pushed him to like 205 Live or something. Movie music, Chris says, do you have a WWE network? I love Alexa Bliss, man. It's something. I think I just like how little she is, and that I love her and Zelina Vega. Those are my two favorite people, and Kayla Braxton. But she's not a wrestler. She's just an announcer. But I follow Kayla Braxton on Instagram, and I love seeing her with her stories with Zelina Vega. They always playing around and having a good time together. But I love Alexa Bliss. She's probably one of my favorite female wrestlers. But just her statue of being little and the role that I think her and Miz play those little like heelish, douchey roles the best. She's like a character out of Mean Girls, and it looks like she's probably like this in real life, but I'm sure she's not. But I love Alexa Bliss. gotta pull up AEW Dark from last week because I haven't watched that yet. I started watching it. But AEW, man, AEW is dope. The only thing I wish they would, at some point, I need to see some type of a storyline happen. I know they got their wrestlers that, they're trying to play a story with like because the pay-per-view is coming up. But it's almost like from week to week, you just see people coming out there fighting anybody. I want to see like some type of storyline to where, okay, this week I may not see John Moxley come out and actually wrestle. He might just, do something crazy as usual. I don't know. I just need to see some type of storyline that lasts a little bit. I finally picked up. Are you a fan of Jey Uso? Yes, I love both the Usos. I know they're getting a lot of trouble in real life, but they're that tag team that kind of brought me back to wrestling. I had fell out of wrestling for a long time, but when I seen them come and I knew like, the whole bloodline and whose kids they were and stuff like that, they was the main tag team. I think they're great. When their contract was up, I think it was early in this year or late last year when their contract, I really was kind of hoping they would go somewhere else because WWE likes to hold a leash on people and don't let them, do the moves they want to do the storyline they want to do the promos they want to do. And I think the Usos are great enough that, they could really flourish elsewhere as well. So the tag team scene on AEW is ridiculously good. And I could have seen them fit in well with AEW. I know a lot of people are complaining that the tag team matches on AEW, one week, like every match was like a tag team match. And I know a lot of people are complaining, saying all they're doing is they're not really doing wrestling moves. It's like a lot of luchador type stuff that's going on, but the crowd is going crazy over that stuff. And man, when you see the Lucha Bros matches, it's ridiculous. I mean, I'm ready to see what's his name, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. It's unfortunate Luchasaurus got injured right before that match with the Lucha Bros. I think that match would have been ridiculously good as usual. So it was unfortunate that happened. So I can't wait for Luchasaurus to come back. Dude is like, what, 6'6", 6'7", and flips around like crazy. Him and old boy from NXT, black guy, Keith Lee. For Keith Lee to do what he be doing at his size is crazy. I was surprised Randy Orton re-signed with WWE. The New Day gimmick getting old. Randy Orton, I mean, unless he was going to leave, you expected him to sign another contract. He's not going to go nowhere else at this point in his career. He's been around for a long time. There's not but so much more he can do. I mean, there's more storylines they can put him into, but Randy Orton is Randy Orton. So, I mean, you'll get a few more years out of him, but it's not like another company is going to be like, okay, let's sign Randy Orton. We want him for 10 years or whatever the case is, because, there's not much more you can get out of Randy Orton because he's been around for a very long time. It says the New Day gimmick is getting old to me. To me, the New Day gimmick has been old. I've never really been into it. It's a kiddie thing. But, I think the WWE has probably been wanting to depart ways with that whole little faction. They don't usually do stuff for this long, and they're just not invested in tag team, as you could see. Like, tag teams, especially the women's, I don't even know why they created those titles. It's ridiculous what they do, but they're not invested in tag teams. I don't think WWE has ever really cared too much for the tag team scene. But the thing is, the New Day sells so much merchandise. The money comes pouring in from the New Day, so that's why they keep the New Day together. But I can see it coming to an end soon. I know a lot of people thought that, around WrestleMania when Kofi Kingston won the belt and Big E was kind of injured, but coming in and stuff and, doing little things. A lot of people thought they was going to do a heel turn with Big E so that, that would be a reason to separate the group. And now that Xavier Woods is out, maybe they still could do something to where they can help separate the group. But I think that would be bad timing with one of the characters being out and then all of a sudden. But WWE don't care. Y'all see what happened to Sasha Banks and Bayley with those tag team titles during, what was that, WrestleMania, I think? Come find out when they get to the show that, hey, you're going to drop the titles to the freaking, who are them? What's the girls' names? I ain't even seen them in a minute, but that was ridiculous. That just shows you they don't care. Who do you think should challenge the Fiend for the Universal Championship? The Fiend versus Roman Reigns. Yeah, if you still want to bury Roman Reigns because everybody loves the Fiend right now, so they're still trying to. They're not pushing Roman Reigns down our throat as much as they used to. But if you throw Roman Reigns in there with the Fiend right now, the Fiend is still the hottest product WWE has going. Fans love him. They love Firefly Funhouse. They love Bray Wyatt. So yeah, if you still want people to boo Roman Reigns, yeah, throw him in there with the Fiend. Makes sense. But I don't think that's the route they're going to go unless they're going to put the title on Roman Reigns and let him beat him. But then you screw the Fiend and the people are going to hate it. That's why I said they should have never put the Fiend in that situation. This wouldn't have happened. Braun versus the Fiend. I mean, you could, but I doubt it because they failed to put Braun Strowman in a real situation to lead him up to maybe getting a championship or anything like that. Every time you see Braun Strowman, it's in some type of gimmick. Unfortunately, he's a big dude. WWE Vince loves big guys. A lot of history behind that. Loves beef. Loves the big guys. Always behind them. But for some reason, Braun Strowman is always in some type of a gimmick match. They never take him serious. Who wins on Saturday night, Cody or Jericho? I would say right now, keep the belt on Jericho. The pop that he gets is ridiculous. His promos are really good. He doesn't have much longer as a wrestling career. He's still it's incredible to see what he's doing for this many years and staying on top with moving around to New Japan, WWE, WCW, now AEW, and he's still on top, still wrestling well, still doing great promos. His promos on AEW have been ridiculously good. So I would say right now, still keep the belt on him because it's kind of weird for Cody to have the belt and he's kind of like him and B Elite, those what's their names? Nick. I always want to call them the Jonases because it's Nick and something. But yeah, I think that Cody shouldn't have the belt. It's just weird to have the belt on the person that kind of owns the company. That's the head of the company, created it. So having the belt on him or that tag team, yeah, the Young Bucks, to have the belt on them, it's kind of weird. So right now they still got to try to get those other people that the people don't know, that fans don't really know. You got to still kind of elevate them. Like I like that the tag team the two black guys. They're dope. They remind me of Street Profits. But I like them. I like what's the guy with the half painted face that rides the skateboard? I like him. But yeah, a lot of these people, like, you don't know who they are yet, so they're still trying to build them up. So they're using the well-known people to lose. That's why the Young Bucks lost in that tournament, because you got to elevate the people that the fans don't know yet, so they can still tune into the product. Yeah, private party. So I get it. Moxley or Omega. I would say if you want to appease the fans, Moxley, because everybody loves seeing John Moxley. They go crazy when Moxley shows up during his matches. Kenny Omega, he's kind of a star already. A lot of people was hoping that maybe he would go WWE, but he didn't. So his name's already kind of up there. Are you into wrestling games? I have not played a wrestling game in quite a few years. And I heard that this WWE 2K20 was absolutely trash. They started offering refunds. It was so bad. That's crazy. A game is bad when I don't know what kind of updates they did on it or whatever, but it's pretty bad when they can't release a update good enough to fix the game that you got to start offering people refunds. But that just goes, and it's crazy that it happened with 2K games. You expect something like that out of like an Activision or the creators of NBA, EA. You don't expect that with 2K. That was crazy when Moxley put Omega through a glass table. Yeah, that was pretty dope. I think that was on episode 1, I believe. Yeah, that was pretty cool because he came out of nowhere. I like how so much was going on that episode that they went backstage. It's I look at AEW, man. If you look at the crowd, but now that they're on episode week 6 or something, you're starting to see more people bring their kids to the show. But if you look at the crowd, man, it just looks like a big frat party out there. It looks like, hey, guys, let's me and the bros, we getting tickets. We all going to sit, watch AEW, have some beers. It just looks like it's just a bunch of middle-aged men just out for the night having a good time, man. It's pretty dope. I like it. And it looks like I'm watching Nitro again. That was one of my main concerns. What's going to be the production quality? What's it going to look like? Is the crowd going to be into it? And it seems like from week to week the crowd is into it, and the production quality is really good. AEW is getting a video game. I didn't even know they were getting a video game. Is there footage of it? There's like gameplay trailer or anything? I ain't heard nothing of it. The only game I know that's coming out, I think, if on NWA they showed the little retro wrestling game that's supposed to come out next year. It looked pretty cool. It looked like the old WrestleFest game. But I ain't know nothing about an AEW game. I'm sure eventually it would come, but I didn't think this soon. That gives me something to look at in a little bit. How is the new Call of Duty? I like it. My daughter, who plays all of them, who used to go crazy over them, she does not like this one. She says it's trash, and I believe her because she don't even be in the room playing it. I just knew she would be playing all day, rushing home from school, wanting to play, but she don't play it at all. And the beta and stuff, she loved the 2v2. So I'm like, I asked her yesterday, I said, do you still play the 2v2? She was like, nope, I don't even play that. She hates it, but I like it because it's back to me. It's more back to its roots than ever before. I think that I explained this earlier. I think a lot of people are so used to everything that came out after Black Ops 2, which became 3-lane maps. There was no elevation, so you didn't have to look all over the place for your enemies. They're so used to the mini map that they rely heavily on that to know where people are. That now that there's entry points all over the map, you don't know where anybody's going to be, when the spawn is going to flip. If somebody's up on a roof, on a bridge, in a window, you're looking everywhere now. That they're not used to it, so they can't play it. Now, I ain't going to say I do good on it, pretty trash on it, but I love it. It's fun. Like, I was playing with my cousin last night, and he was like, I was like, yo, I am doing horrible. I think I went like 3-10 on the game. He was like, yo, but I bet you still having fun, ain't you? I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, see, them kills and stuff, it don't matter as long as you're having fun. And for me, I haven't had this much fun on Call of Duty since maybe Black Ops 1 or at first with Black Ops 2. So every game that's come out to Black Ops 2, I have not liked it. But this one, and I'd be ready to play this one. And I haven't felt like that in a long time. They already have motion capture for the AEW game. Favorite era of wrestling and why? I'm gonna say the 80s. I think the 80s was the best. 80s and then 90s when NWO came along. I just love the 80s. It's what I grew up on. It's got that retro feel. But that's what anybody's gonna love what they like, what they was watching or something like that as a kid. You're always gonna revert back to that because it was probably the funnest point in your life being a kid. So of course that's what you're gonna revert back to. But I love like 80s wrestling because it looked more natural. Now it looks very stage comedic. You see all the flaws. You see them talking to each other. You can hear them calling out the moves that they're about to do. You hear the production crew and the referee saying things, so you can see more of how fake it was, how fake it is. As a kid, you didn't see all that stuff. You didn't have like a lot of characters. Everybody looked like a real person coming out to the ring wrestling. You had real bad guys that, like, I ain't gonna say that you're scared of, but they just felt like bad guys, like a Kevin Sullivan and just meaner guys that fit that bill. That it was never like, oh, heel turns. There was not heel turns like back in the 80s. You was a bad guy or you was a good guy. But now it's like the fans dictate who you are. And they'll flip flop you from here to there. As a bad guy one week, then good guy. So everybody, like right now, everybody wants Seth Rollins to turn heel. Everybody wants to see the babyface, any babyface turn heel. But back in the day, you just always had bad versus good. And then it seems like everything now is just more recycled. You know, as a kid, you saw what you saw. Now it's like everything, the NWO changed it a lot. So now you always are going to see some type of faction roll up. Of course, the greatest faction is probably the Horsemen, but what the NWO did, how they invaded, it felt real, it felt natural that every few years, each company tries to redo that, but it's never going to be as good. Do you like Jim Ross? Yes. Now, the first 2 weeks, I was like, I don't think Jim Ross needs to be doing this. Sometimes he says stuff that he shouldn't be saying. Y'all can Google that if you want to find out, like he'd be thinking the cameras are off, but he doesn't realize that, the show is on Fight TV and there's no commercials. So he ends up saying stuff about the show or about the wrestlers that he shouldn't be saying. But I think he's got back into the flow of being himself as color commentator. And I think he does a real good job now. Now, WWE needs to get rid of Jerry Lawler. He's horrible. But I get it. He's a legend. They're going to keep him around. Were you surprised John Cena never turned heel? Sort of. I'm sort of surprised. I mean, I think it would have been cool for him to turn heel, but his character, a lot of people, of course, he was already getting those boos and those cheers, especially when The Rock called him Fruity Pebbles. But you either love John Cena or you hated him. But I think his outside of WWE life is what kept them from turning him heel, because he does so much for the Make-A-Wish Foundation and all this other stuff that he does. Dude, is like him and The Rock is like they never sleep or something. I don't know. But I think that's why they never turned him heel. Yeah, I fully agree on your points. Wrestling back then was way more natural looking. The matches, promos, everything. Yeah, now it's just it's more promo than wrestling now. That's what I like about AEW is match after match. They'll start the show with the wrestlers already in the ring and the bell rings. Like, I like that. Only thing with AEW though, they're women. The women's division is pretty weak. They got a lot of women, but they got to get those reps in with each other for their matches to get better. They be missing a lot of spots. It's crazy. It's kind of horrible to watch at times. Like I'm watching AEW Dark now. They got a women's tag team match. I really want to watch it because I guarantee you, like, it's not gonna be the best looking match. But they got a lot of women on the show. Do you listen to wrestling? The only wrestling podcast I listen to is in my car when I'm driving. I listen to Busted Open. I just found out about. I think it was after Hell in a Cell. I just wanted to see like reactions, so I YouTubed it, and I saw that guy Joe Cronin. I don't know who he is. I guess he's an ex-wrestler or something like that, or he just didn't cut it with wrestling and never made it big. I don't know who he is, but he's got a big following, and I kind of started watching him, but it's kind of like he has a big, to me, I haven't listened to him enough, but from what I heard, it seems like he's got a big ego and he thinks he's the man. I know he hates Bully Ray for some reason. I don't know what's ever happened between them two, but to me, he's got a big ego and he always keeps saying, "Oh, when I was wrestling, oh, if I did this and that," and it's just like, to me, he's kind of full of himself. So I don't know if y'all ever seen him, but it's the Joe Cronin podcast or Joe Cronin Wrestling or something. Man, we got 7 watching now with only 3 likes. So you guys, please make sure you hit that like button. We are almost an hour in now. I like Bruce Pritchard and Conrad Thompson podcast. Yeah, I've heard of theirs. There was another one I wanted to check out. I can't remember whose. I do be wanting to hear Jim Ross's. I haven't listened to his. Who else has one? I want to say, do you like Jim Cornette? I like that dude on AEW, Sammy Guevara, I think his name. I like him too. pretty cool. Very kind of douchey. I don't know who this MJF guy is, but the fans love him. He seems pretty douchey to me, but it seems like everybody likes MJF. They go crazy when MJF shows up. Is he even I thought he was in another uh promotion. Or does he just like since it's kind of they just venture around a different promotion? But I could have sworn he's with someone else. But I know he's like Cody's guy. Tony Schiavone has a podcast. So like the old guys like Tony Schiavone and all them, the only reason I'd be wanting to hear, I just want to hear them talk about the old days. I don't want to really hear their aspects on today's wrestling and stuff. I just be wanting to hear stories of back in the day. Like I love when Teddy Long comes on to these podcasts and stuff and has interviews because he starts telling you stories about being on the road and stuff with so many different wrestlers. Him, Jimmy Hart. I love hearing them talk because you get to hear those old stories of when they was on the road, what life was like, things you just didn't know about. Stone Cold has a decent podcast. I listen to snippets sometimes. Oh, Kevin Sullivan's got a podcast. Yeah, everybody probably has a tag on podcast. Eric Bischoff, Kevin Sullivan, Tony Schiavone. Oh my gosh. Yeah, these women matches, they don't be the best. It's almost like back in the Diva days. They just there for the looks. So they really get them reps in. But shoot, y'all let me know anything y'all pick. What y'all pick up this week? Anything? Are you waiting on Black Friday? Waiting on some more ads to come out? Do you got your list together? What do you think? What did you think, Crown Jewel? It was another of the same Saudi Arabia type shows, glorified house show with a bunch of names on it. That's pretty much what it is every time. That Brock and Kane match was a complete joke. I mean, I figured it wouldn't go good anyway. What could you really get out of it? Kane, he's not even he's been in like what 3 professional wrestling matches and they've been tag team matches. So I kind of figured like what would they actually do with this? They're not gonna put the title on him. So it was really weird. But I ain't gonna say it was like a horrible show or nothing, but it was just kind of what you expect out of it. Would you like to see AEW? Who would you like? Oh, who would you like to see in AEW from WWE? I'm not gonna say I like anybody. It's gonna feel kind of weird. I know eventually it's gonna happen. Somebody's contract's gonna run out. They're not gonna want to re-up. WWE's gonna let them out, and they're gonna go over. But I don't know. I don't like to see that whole thing again from all these wrestlers going over to the new product, like back in the day when we had Kevin Nash, Razor Ramon, Macho Man. All these people just went over to WCW. People was just jumping back and forth and stuff. Like I don't want to see that again. Did you hear about the Crown Jewel wrestlers being trapped in Saudi Arabia? Yes, and there were so many stories about that going on. You know, WWE saying they were stuck on a tarmac with mechanical issues. I'm hearing that WWE owed Saudi Arabia some money from a past show or something like that, so they weren't letting them leave till they got their money. And something with Vince, but Vince ended up leaving. They said that Brock Lesnar had to pick up Hulk Hogan in his private jet, and he wasn't happy about that. So much stuff came out of that, man. Like, I get it, there's a lot of money in it, but as far as socialism and things like that, there's a lot of scrutiny behind it. But of course, the deal came in before all that stuff happened, but I don't think it's the best situation. It's worked out very well, other than the WWE getting a lot of money for it. Mark Critique says hello. Hello, Mark. Welcome to the 4K Corner. Welcome to the Behind the Screen podcast. Please make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if it's your first time here, and rock out with the 4K fam in the comments section. Saudi Arabia owed WWE money for the past shows in Saudi Arabia. So I would think it would be the opposite way around if they can't leave. You would think that WWE would say, hey, we're not leaving till we got our money, but I don't know. There's so many stories, like I said, behind what happened. We'll never know what happened. But I'm wondering what I'm ready to see this card for Survivor Series. Will we get our usual Survivor Series like 8-man matches, elimination matches? How many singles matches? We know the titles are on the line with like three-way dances and stuff like that, but wondering what else we're gonna get out of it. What other type of invasions, or will we see some other wrestlers wrestle from NXT on a SmackDown or a Raw show? Like, will we get to see? Because we seen it, of course, Friday night because they had no choice. But Monday we only got to see Adam Cole actually wrestle somebody. So will we get to see like a Matt Riddle versus the Miz or something like that on Friday night SmackDown leading into Survivor Series? I don't even know when this Survivor Series. Probably in about 3 weeks. But I thought it was going to be Brock Lesnar versus The Fiend versus Adam Cole. You think Rey Mysterio will beat Brock at Survivor Series? That match would make no sense though, Stanley James. I don't even see like why somebody would want to see that. You got big old Brock, then you got the entity of the Fiend, which is cool, who's only gonna wrestle under the red lights. So do you want to see the red lights are killing it for me too? They need to stop with that. I get it, I get the allure of it, but that lighting is horrible. And then you got little old Adam Cole, who's pretty much a 205 live wrestler. He's a smaller guy, so that match it's not appealing at all to me. Maybe other people will want to see that, but no, I don't think Rey Mysterio will beat Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. If he does, I think we'll get the usual WWE curve to where okay he beats him, but then Brock comes out and beats him the next night on Raw. We know they used to do that a lot. You think Rey Mysterio? We read down when Survivor Series is November 24th. Am I off that day? I hope I'm off because I'm actually looking forward to it. I was actually gonna stop my WWE Network last month, but I keep forgetting to take it off auto pay. Um, so it just re-upped again. But I am actually excited for Survivor Series. I wouldn't have been if they wouldn't have included NXT. I could care less if they didn't include NXT because I only really like the big shows. Unless they'd have put together some great matches, then I would have liked. But including NXT, I think is a really good thing. But I think at some point they need to get NXT out of Full Sail. And honestly, I'd almost rather see a takeover show. Those takeover shows be way better than the main product pay-per-views. And then one of the main reasons I don't want to see NXT people go over to the main shows is because, like I said, WWE hosts a leash on you. If you watch those NXT shows, they get to pull off moves that you don't see on SmackDown and Raw. So that's what I like seeing is those Spanish flies. What's that other move? I think it's the Canadian Crusher or something like that. I love seeing all these different moves they do on NXT and AEW. You don't see these moves being held on SmackDown and Raw because it's on TV. I guess they scared somebody might get hurt or a bad spot or something like that, so they don't let them do those moves. Can't wait till Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler at Survivor Series. Yeah, that's gonna be a really good match. It would still be good if it was just those two, but including Bayley into that makes it even better. So that three-way dance is gonna be pretty dope. I'm very surprised somehow they didn't think of this before and put the title back on Charlotte just to have Charlotte in that match. But I like this match. It's got me hyped. Who you think gonna win the Shayna Baszler Becky Lynch versus Bayley match? I kind of think they will give the push. I'm almost thinking Baszler, but I won't be surprised if it's Becky Lynch, who I don't know, her momentum isn't up there anymore. I remember before she got the belt, her momentum was very high with the fans and everything, but now it just seems like it's simmered down a lot. She doesn't get that big pop that she used to get. Like, people just aren't that into her right now. So I don't know what they need to do with her to get it back up there and the fans really, really just gravitating to her. She still got a pretty good following. She just ain't got that pop. And Bailey, I think they need to do a little more with her. I loved a bit of a heel turn, but that toughness still ain't there. I like her and Sasha Banks as a team. I would have rather them kept those tag team titles on them for a very long time, but we didn't get that, unfortunately. Who you think will win the Revival versus Viking Raiders versus Undisputed? Um, I want I would say Undisputed. Hopefully, I could care less about the Revival. I don't think WWE cares about the Revival. Viking Raiders have been kind of buried since coming over from NXT. They should have stayed over there. They went through several name changes the first few weeks they was even on. They keep getting handed jobbers from week to week that you know they're going to crush real fast. Like I said, WWE does not care about the tag team scene. It's just something to kind of throw out there, just to fill a card with. See, the Revival wanted out of their contracts before, then they gave them the title to try to, keep them happy. Then they took the title off of them. Undisputed Era, to me, they're kind of like, okay, we've been there, seen that before. Here goes the four guys again, the faction. Been there, seen it all, but I like Adam Cole is cool. I like his whole entrance and everything with everybody going baby and boom. Entrance music is cool. I like the other what's the other guy's name? There's Roderick Strong. I don't really care for him. He's a good wrestler. Is it Bobby Fish? What's the skinny one with kind of the nose? I like him. He's really douchey. I like him out of the group. You more excited for Full Gear or Survivor Series or NXT War Games? I would say War Games. Like I said, I'd rather see the NXT takeover type shows. Full Gear, I don't really know the card, but it almost kind of feels like maybe the matches just don't. Yeah, Kyle O'Reilly. Yeah, I like him for some reason. I like when he be doing a little air guitar and stuff. It just seems real like a douchebag. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's something about the Full Gear card. It's just. I can't point out anything on it that I'm just like, man, I can't wait to see that match. I think it's going to be an overall good shows. All their shows have been pretty good so far. They're pay-per-views, so it's going to be good, but there's just nothing I can single out to where I'm like, man, I can't wait to see that. Now, if there was something on the card like a Lucha Bros, a three-way with Lucha Bros, Young Bucks, and the Jurassic Express or something, yeah, I'd be very excited for something like that. Or even the guys y'all just told, Private Party, and like I want to see everybody, but there's nothing to single out to be like, oh, I cannot wait for this card. Survivor Series, like we said, we're starting to get some of that card, and it's like, oh yeah, I want to see that. But Full Gear, there's just nothing. I'm like, yeah, I want to see that. Maybe Moxley and Omega. Yeah, see, I look down there. Yeah, Moxley and Omega. That's about the only thing I can think of. I think Jericho versus Cody is going to be a really good match, but am I super excited for it? I can't say I am. I wonder who's the girl going against. I'm sure she's defending her title. Rio, that little chick. Is she fighting that big girl again? Nyla Rose? Or is she going to wrestle maybe the Dennis girl? Target got Black Friday deals starting this Friday. What they got, Stanley James? Don't make me have to Google and look it up for myself. Come on, hit us off with some breaking news, man. Because so far we've only got somebody to tell us that the Black Friday ad for Target is out. Hit us with something good, man, in the comment section. Get us excited. Can't just give us the tagline, Target got Black Friday deals starting this Friday. Did they release something? Tell us something. Tell us we're going to get like a $10 4K of something that just came out recently. We want the news. We want the news. We want the news. Because a lot of times they be like, oh yeah, we got Black Friday deals coming. Next thing you know, it's like, yeah, here you go. You can have an Echo Dot for $75. Here goes this electronic for this, and you're just like, I don't want none of that. Here goes some power tools for a real good price for all you dads that's got to fix something on a Saturday morning. Like, no, give me a good price on the TV. I actually still need a dedicated 4K disc player. 4K disc player. That's really what I want. And the only other thing I actually want is I gotta get that Marvel Superhero Arcade 1-Up machine. I really want that. Full Gear completed card. Adam Page versus Pac Radio versus See, I don't even know who she is. EMI Sakata. So the only females I know is Rio, Nyla Rose, Brandy Rhodes, the Dennis girl. I thought what's her name was with AEW now. The girl that used to be on WWE. Then she was with Ring of Honor. She wears the black glasses. She used to be with Santino Marella. I forgot her name, but I thought she was with AEW, but I ain't seen her since like that Casino Battle Royal with women. Bucks versus Santana. Yeah, Bucks versus Santana and Ortiz should be really, really good. I like what they've done with Santana and Ortiz during these promos where they're running in, beating people up out of the blue, sitting in the crowd, dragging people out of the off the floor and fighting them. I like that. The only thing I didn't like during one of their promos, Jim Ross and them was talking while they was on the stage about to leave, and they just kept screaming over them while they was talking. It was a really weird situation. It sucked, but Santana and Ortiz, that's been pretty cool. Ortiz reminds me of the Dogface Gremlin, Rick Steiner. Lights out match. And Cody versus Jericho. Yeah, okay. That's what I was talking about. Britt Baker, DDS. See, I know her. Like, see, they still got to build these women, man. Their matches haven't been good, and you don't really know who they are. But the men are good to go. Sammy Guevara got a match. I like Guevara. He's pretty dope. And then why did they have that big old title for the World Championship? That thing is huge. But then they gave the women that old little measly little belt. They could have gave them women something better. The NWA women's belt, I don't know if y'all seen that, but that's a joke. It looks like a little toy. I'm like, the girl that's holding it, it looks like it's this big in her hands. It's a joke. But man, I think we're about to probably end this right here, you guys. I may go up again tonight, but I need to get dinner cooked, so I'm ready to play Modern Warfare. So I think we're gonna be good right here. We're gonna go ahead and end the show. As always, I appreciate you guys for coming out, spending this whole hour with me, or however long you've been on here. Always, anybody that's new, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Everybody watching right now, please make sure you hit that like button so we can get it out. Like I said, the more people we can get in the chat, the more fun we can have, the more things we can talk about. Y'all know I'm down for anything. It seems like every time we talk, it's about wrestling, which is cool with me. Trust me, it's cool with me. I'm so glad wrestlers are finally back. It's something to look forward to. I can't wait for tonight. I'm off tomorrow, so I get to watch both shows. Usually I go ahead and watch AEW live. Then I go back the next day if I got to work and watch NXT, because I'm still trying to get to know AEW's roster, so I would rather watch them first. But tonight it might be NXT and then AEW. I don't know. But man, I got a video that I'm going to drop to you guys later on for the Hobbs and Shaw pickup. So look out for that coming later on today. But like I said, thank you 4K fam for joining your boy with another live podcast. It's your boy 4K D Ray. Follow me on IG at 4K D Ray as well. Last question. Did you watch Impact last night? I don't watch TNA. Want to do a recap thought show from NXT? You know what? That's good. Y'all hit 1 in the chat real quick if you want me to go up tonight after AEW. Whichever show I'm gonna watch, because I'm not gonna flip back and forth to watch both. So if y'all want me to go up after wrestling go off and we can talk about it, go ahead and hit the number 1 in the chat. And we will definitely do that. So that would definitely probably be the move. I just got to decide which one I want to watch first. I will try to watch as much as I can before I go up so that we can talk about both of them, because I don't want nobody to ruin anything for me with any run-ins or anything like that. But nonetheless, you guys, thanks for watching another video. It's your boy 4KD Ray signing off, signing out. We are gone.